Yeah. So when you look on the website, you're going to see a group of tabs across the elephant's head there, and one of them is going to have the survey on it, and another tab is
Completely anonymous, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah. There's nothing like that here. So another tab has an in-depth dialogue that Fabio and I have been working on about the different components or the different elements or the different parts of the survey. And you could do this two ways. You could be bold and just take the survey and go and read the dialogues about each area in the survey, or you could read the different dialogues, and maybe that will produce more clarity. And so when you go to take the survey, it will make more sense to you.
Right. I mean, there's 7 major categories within the self-evaluation, and within each of those categories, there are 5 elements, and you get points, either a point or no points, and then those 7 different categories, they have a write-up in the website.
Okay, so we'll just go back to the blind or confidential nature of this. We don't want your name or your email site or your
No, we have no place for even you to give it to us.
or your gender or
We
anything
didn't
else.
create it that way.
No, so that you have some privacy that when you look at it and when you complete the survey, be teachable, okay? This gives you one perspective of the common elephants you might find in a big herd of elephants, okay? And each of us are so incredibly different. There's a line from Robin Hood, and Morgan Freeman, this little girl says to Morgan Freeman, how come you're black? And I hope I get this in context and I get this right, but Morgan Freeman, who really is quite an actor, he said to the little girl, because God loved us so much, he made so many of us and made us so different because he loved the differences in us. So, you know, what you find as an elephant in your life, he may not have. I may have 2 of them. But the idea is, be teachable. Okay, here's the situation. You can leave it be if you want. You don't have to do anything. No one's saying you have to do anything. But if you choose to, you can engage in this process and become stronger, become more resilient. Let me see, give an example out of addictions, maybe. There's an idea.
I'm sorry?
We'll give an example out of addictions as a way to conquer your elephant.
Sure.
Okay. We'll just say a person we'll just use a male, a young man, he drinks with his friends when he's a teenager, and there's not much of a big deal there. He drinks when he goes away to school, and drinks like a fish. Like sometimes that happens in college because there's a lot of influences and things like that. Well, he gets out and he has a family, and he continues to drink at the same amount, and unfortunately, he gets a DUI. Okay, so there's a major elephant that involves the legal system and everything else. So that's one situation. So let me go back to the beginning. We also have other folks who drink when they're young and go to school and drink like fish and have a great time when they're in college and all that, and then they maybe have 1 or 2 beers a month, or maybe not even that much.
Right.
So here we have 2 different pictures, but the one we want to concentrate on is what information do we have to give to the person with the DUI to get them to stop being irresponsible with alcohol? I don't know if that's the right choices of words, but so...
Or the case of someone who doesn't have a chronic pattern of drinking on an everyday or every week basis, but once a month goes out and does binge drinking and falls off the planet of the earth.
Yeah.
And they go, I don't have a problem, I don't drink every day, I don't
Yeah.
stop on the way home and get a Budweiser. Yeah, but 2 days a month, they're laying in the bottom of their bathroom floor.
Yeah.
So there's an issue there that they may not even recognize. And that's really what the heart of finding the elephant is sometimes we have a weakness that we don't even recognize as a weakness.
Well, okay, we'll look again. We'll just say that you used a word, and I can't remember what it was. It was a great word, though. But if you think, I'll choose effectiveness. Okay, like getting a DUI is not an effective use of your time or your money or use of alcohol. But there are other kind of ineffective behaviors. For example, are you a compulsive shopper? You know, and when you go into your closet, you'll see 300 pairs of shoes, all with a price tag on them. You never worn them. There's 50 or 60.
Well, you know my first wife.
Yeah. No, my third. Okay. So here is here's 50 dresses, brand new, with a price tag on them. And the person goes to the store the next weekend and buys more shoes, and buys this, and buys more dresses. So or it could be something like diet. Could be like eating the wrong kinds of food. And of course, eating the wrong kinds of food can come out of our upbringing. Maybe the people our parents or caregivers or whoever they are, didn't teach us about good nutrition.
Right.
Or going back to the impulse shopping thing, good financial management.
Right.
You know, so the idea of the elephant is, my perspective is that what we do is we say, okay, here's some information. What do you want to do with it?
You know, it's hard. It's hard when you're talking about addictions and very, very serious psychological problems. For one, for people to admit that maybe they are suspect to this. But the smaller things, they're just as important in our lives.
And they're just as debilitating too.
Oh,
they take away from the
absolutely.
quality of the person's life. Yeah, I'm
Absolutely.
sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's fine. There are a lot of people that can't handle big stores, big crowds. They can go to a restaurant. They can even go to a movie as long as it's not premiere night. But they can't handle being with a lot of people. There's various reasons, but primarily it's a complete sense of lack of control and being a leaf in the wind. They don't even see that as a problem. Because why? Because they don't go to big stores. Because they don't go to football games. They limit their exposure to the outside world to small venues and small crowds. And so to them, they don't have an elephant. But in reality, the elephant is very, very real.